Greetings, my little yarnivores and spiderettes. Fiber Spider back again with another tutorial for you. And today I'm going to show you how to crochet the Lost Souls Skull Shawl designed by Marietta Roy. And the pattern is on Ravelry. I'm going to put a link to it in the description box below. And for today's piece, I'm going to be using a size H crochet hook. And this is Pound of Love by Lion Brand. Absolutely love the softness and the weight of it for this shawl. I think it's perfect. In the pattern, she states that she used approximately 5 skeins of Caron Simply Soft. I happen to have this on hand, so I thought that I would use it, and that she used approximately 98 rows in total. Absolutely love, love, love this pattern, and I hope that you will too. Great for the holiday season coming up, and also especially because the edges, really nice built-in border, that goes with it. So without further ado, let's get started with our first part, and we will continue on from there. All right, be right back. Alrighty, so row 1. Now, to start off with, going to do our slip knot, of course. And I'm doing a slight variation on what the pattern calls for, which is to do a magic ring circle, and then to do the beginning shell into that ring. Another way that you could do it would be to do a chaining of 4, then a slip stitch into that first chain to create a ring. Personally, I just like to add an extra chain stitch and then work within that as if it were my magic ring. So the beginning shell is a chaining of 3. 1, 2, 3. So I'm adding an extra chain, and I'm going to work within that first chain stitch as if it were a magic circle. Okay, so I chain 3, then do a double crochet into that first chain stitch, okay, then you chain 1 and then 2 double crochets into that first chain stitch, and that is what is referred to in this pattern as a beginning shell. So it's basically 2 double crochets, a chain stitch, 2 double crochets, okay? Then, after you do your beginning shell, you chain 2, and then proceed to do a regular shell, all again into that first chain stitch there. So the regular shell after doing your chain 2 is 2 double crochets, chain 1, and 2 double crochets. All right, and then what I like about doing my technique is you can just cinch this up nice and tight, no problem. Okay, and that is the end of row 1. Onwards to row 2. All right, so we're going to start by chaining 3. Then we turn the work. Now into this chain 1 space here, we're going to do a shell. So that would be doing 2 double crochets, chain 1, and 2 double crochets. Like so. Then we're going to chain 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. And we're going to skip over this middle chain 2 space, and we're going to go directly into the chain 1 space over here with another shell. So that is another 2 double crochets, chain 1, and 2 double crochets. And there we go. Row 3. So what we did in the last row is we created a base for our skull to rest on. We're going to be creating the chin on this row. So starting off for row 3, we're going to be chaining up 3 and turn the work. And again, we're going to be doing a shell into this chain 1 space here. So that's 2 doubles, chain 1, and 2 doubles all in that chain space. There we go. And then we chain 3. And we're going to do 7 double crochets into this space here. Now it can be a little wonky because we're dealing with such a large space here, but the beauty of what we're doing is that since we're not actually stitching into the stitches, they can move around a little if we need to. So we've done 4, 5, 6, and 7, and I'll show you what I mean. So we did our 7. Now we can spread them out a little so they're not entirely fixed. So no worries, or you can scrunch them together. You can adjust it. That's my basic point there. So do not worry if they don't look fantabulous just yet, because you can always shift things around a bit later. So then we're going to finish off the row by chaining 3, and then into the chain space again, we're going to do another shell. So that's going to be 2 doubles, chain 1, and 2 doubles all into that chain space. And that is his little chinny chin chin. Alrighty, so that's the end of row 3. Onwards to row 4. Okay, so as per usual, we're going to start by chaining up a 3, turn the work, and do a shell into that first chain 1 space. So that's 2 doubles, chain 1, and 2 more doubles. Okay. Then we're going to chain 3. And we're going to do a single crochet into the first double crochet that we did. So that's this stitch right here. So it's a single crochet into the top there. And then we are going to chain 7 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. and then do a single crochet into the seventh double crochet at the very end here. So now he's got a mouth. All right, and then we're going to chain 3, and we're going to do a shell into this chain 1 space here. So that's 2 doubles, chain 1, and 2 doubles. There we go. So your piece should look something like this. And as we work, the mouth will open up a bit more, not to worry. All right. Row 5. All right, so we created the mouth opening space. So on this row, we're going to create the lip. All right, so we're going to start by chaining 3. Turn the work. And of course, doing a shell into our previous shell. So that's 2 doubles, chain 1, and 2 more doubles. Okay. Then we're going to chain 3. Okay, so we're going to do a single crochet into that single crochet that we did on the previous row. Okay, just going straight up there. And then over this chain here, we're going to do 7 single crochets over the chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Alrighty, and then into that single crochet that we did on the previous row, we're going to do another single crochet. Sort of locks it in, makes it look nice and neat. All right, and then going to finish up row 5 by chaining 3 and then doing another shell into the previous shell. So that's 2 doubles, chain 1, and 2 doubles. Okay, that's the end of row 5. We're getting there. Row 6. Okay, so now our skull, he needs a little nosy. So on this row, that's what we're going to do. So we're going to start by chaining up 3. Turn the work. Do another shell within the previous row's shell. So that's 2 doubles, chain 1, and 2 doubles. Okay. Chain 3. And we're going to start by doing a single crochet into the first 3 stitches. So that's right in here. That's 1, 2, and 3. And then we're going to double crochet into the next one. So that's 3 singles, then a double. Give it some height. Okay, then we chain 1, and we're going to skip a stitch, and then we're going to double crochet into the next stitch. Okay. And then for the last 3 single crochets, we're going to single crochet into those last 3 stitches. So give us a little button nose right there. So that's 1 and 2 and 3. And then to finish off this row, we're going to chain 3 and do another shell within the previous row's shell. So that's 2 doubles, chain 1, and 2 doubles. Like so. And that's the end of row 6. Okay, be right back. Row 7. All right, so for row 7, we're now going to work on the eyes. So we're going to start by chaining 3, turn the work, and do a shell within the previous shell. So 2 doubles, chain 1, and 2 doubles. Okay. I'm going to chain 3. And then into the first stitch that we have right here, we're going to do a half double crochet. So it's yarning over, pulling through, and then pulling through all the loops. It's a little tricky, but it's not a race. You can do it. So I got my half double. And then we're going to chain 7 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then into the nose, we're going to do a single crochet. Like so. So now he has an eye socket. Then we're going to chain 7 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then do a half double again into the last single crochet right there. Okay. Then we chain 3. To finish up the row, we're going to do a shell into the previous row's shell. So 2 doubles, chain 1, and 2 doubles. Okay. Really getting there. All right, 8 is going to be a little bit different because it is an increase row. So starting for row 8, also we're going to create the brows for the skull. So to start row 8, we're going to chain up 3, turn the work, and then we're going to do a double shell. And that's pretty much exactly how it sounds. We're going to do a shell. So that's 2 double crochets. And chain 1, 2 double crochets. So we did 1 shell, then we need to chain 2 and do another shell. So I chained 2, did 1 double crochet, 2 double crochets, chain 1, and then do 2 more double crochets. Now it's going to seem a little tight, but don't worry, it'll work out in the end. Okay, so now if you'll notice that what we did right here, at the very edge here, is exactly what we did down here. And that's because, so we have a skull here. Well, another one's going to pop up around here, because they're going to be staggered, So you'll see what I mean when we get to it, but that's why I said that this is an increase row. So we did our double shell. Now we chain 3. And we're going to do a single crochet into that half double that we did before. If I can get in there. Because it's a little twisted. There we go. Right there. So we're doing a single crochet into the half double right there. And then we're going to do 7 single crochets over the eye socket space. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay. And then we're going to skip this single crochet here, and we're going to go immediately into the other eye socket with 7 more single crochets. So we're just going to hop right over. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then we're going to do another single crochet into the half double here. There we go, like so. Chain 3. And then into this chain 1 space, we need to do another double shell. So that's going to be 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets, so that's the first shell. Then we chain 2, and do 2 double crochets, chain 1, and 2 more double crochets. That'll be the end of row 8. Okay. We're getting there. Row 9. Okay. And this is actually going to be the last video of part 1, because part 2 I'm going to do as one video showing just the repeat, so as to try to make it easier for you. Okay? So for row 9, which we're going to be doing the forehead and the forehead of the previous skull, but also we're going to be doing the bases of the skulls to come. So we're going to chain 3, turn the work, and into that first chain 1 space, we're going to do a shell. So that's 2 doubles, chain 1, 2 doubles, okay. Then we chain 7, just like we did down here in the beginning. We're going to chain 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then we're going to skip this chain 2 space, going into the next shell chain 1 space here with another shell. So that's 2 doubles, chain 1, and 2 doubles. Okay, let me give you a nice close-up on that. See? Okay. Pull out some more yarn. Alright, so we just did our shell, chain 7 shell. Then, to continue right along, we're going to chain 3. And we're going to skip the first stitch, and we're going to single crochet into the next 6 stitches. So skipping this one, going into this one. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay. Then we're going to skip 2 stitches, and we're going to single crochet into the next 6 stitches. So skipping, skipping, going into this one right here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And we're going to skip that last single crochet stitch there, and then we're going to chain 3. And then going into, because we have our shell here and our shell here, so going into the first shell here, right there, we're going to do another shell. So that's 2 doubles, chain 1, and 2 doubles. Like so. And then, of course, like we did over on this side, we're going to chain 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to skip over that chain 2 space, and we're going to go into the chain 1 space over here with another shell right in there. So that's 2 doubles, chain 1, and oops, 2 doubles. Okay. And that, my dears, is the end of part 1. Now, as you can see, and if you've been following my videos, as you know, I like to really make it clear as to where the actual repeat starts happening. And like I said, down here, we had essentially a double shell, and then right over here, we did a double shell. So we're going to be having another skull coming out of here, and another one coming out of here, and then this one is going to be scrunched a little together, and therefore, it's going to be, as the creator said, it's sort of a tessellated pattern, and I absolutely love how it works out. Now, don't you just love this edging? One less thing to worry about. That's, love it, love it, love it. So listen, I really hope that you're enjoying this tutorial thus far, and that you're finding it easy to understand and helpful and all that good stuff. And so if you like this video, please hit the like button. Your support means ever so much to me. And if you have any questions, comments, what have you, please don't hesitate, do so in the comments section down below. If you haven't hit subscribe already, please do so, because I try to post patterns and tutorials and audio readings as often as I can, and that way you'll be nice and informed. So listen, until next time, I want you guys to stay inspired, stay caffeinated, and above all, stay stitching. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.